Picture this. You're walking, not running, not rushing, just walking. Maybe you're headed to your car. Maybe you're moving through the aisles of a grocery store, or just pacing around your living room while on a phone call. Now, I want to ask you a question that might feel a bit uncomfortable. If someone could freeze time right now, if they could pause the world and look inside your chest, what would they see? Would your heart look calm, like a steady engine humming in the background? Or would it look quietly strained, like a pump trying to push water through pipes that have grown a little too narrow, a little too stiff, and a little too tired? Most of us treat walking as if it's nothing. We've been conditioned to believe that if we aren't gasping for air, if we aren't drenched in sweat, or if we aren't pushing ourselves to the absolute limit, then it doesn't count. We think of walking as just a way to get from point A to point B. It's movement, sure, but it isn't medicine. But cardiologists see something entirely different. They see a miracle in the mundane. Because the truth is, your heart doesn't care about your fitness gear or your gym membership. It cares about signals. And when you walk, you are sending one of the most powerful signals your body can receive. Within minutes of that first step, your heart begins a process that can only be described as a tiny upgrade. Stay with me, because what we're about to explore is rarely talked about in the flashy world of fitness influencers. We're going to meet the real main character of this story. It's your heart. Yes, that four-chambered muscle that has been beating since weeks before you were even born. But even more than the heart, the hero of today's story is the system the heart serves, your blood vessels. If your heart is the pump, your blood vessels are the highway system. And here's the thing about pumps. A pump can be perfectly fine, but if the highways get narrow, if the roads get stiff, or if the traffic signals stop working, the pump has to work twice as hard just to keep the lights on. That is what a lot of people don't feel coming. Your cardiovascular system is quiet. It doesn't send warning emails. It doesn't give you pop-up notifications on your phone. It's more like the water pump in an old house. You don't think about it until the pressure drops, the pipes get clogged, or something starts leaking. Before we go deeper, let's look at some numbers that should make you sit up. Not in fear. Fear is a bad motivator, but in awareness. High blood pressure currently affects more than 1 in 4 adults worldwide. That is roughly 1.39 billion people. And the terrifying part? Many of them have no idea. They feel fine, right up until the moment they aren't. But here is where the hope lies. In a massive analysis of over 111,000 people, researchers found something staggering. You don't need a marathon to change your fate. They found measurable, life-saving cardiovascular benefits at just 2,700 steps a day. That's not a hike. That's a few errands and a short walk around the block. The sweet spot for heart health? It's around 7,000 steps. Walking isn't just movement. It is like running clean water through your pipes every single day, so that sediment never has a chance to settle. Your body is not fragile. Your heart is not waiting to fail you. Your body is an intelligent, protective masterpiece that adapts to what you repeatedly ask it to do. If you ask it to sit, it adapts to stillness. If you ask it to walk, it adapts to life. Let's walk through the timeline. Not an abstract timeline, but a biological one. What actually happens inside you the moment you decide to move? You stand up. You push back your chair. Your muscles immediately send a demand for more oxygen. It's not a dramatic demand, but it's enough to trigger your nervous system. Your brain realizes you're no longer in power save mode. It sends a message to the heart. We're moving. Adjust the flow. Your heart responds by beating a little faster and a little stronger. This is your responsive engine kicking in. Think of it like the power steering in a car. You turn the wheel, and the pump supports you. At the same time, blood flow increases through your arteries. And this is where the magic happens. The inner lining of your blood vessels is called the endothelium. Think of it as a smart coating, a sensitive layer of cells that can feel the brush of blood passing by. This friction, this gentle river current, tells the endothelium to release a molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the body's smooth traffic signal. It tells the vessel walls to relax and open up. Within 2 minutes, your vessels are becoming more cooperative. They are widening the lanes. This is why walking is the ultimate tool for blood pressure. It's not just about the heart pushing, it's about the vessels allowing. Now, you've settled into a rhythm. Many people worry that because their heart rate is up, they are stressing their heart. But the counterintuitive truth is that walking actually reduces the pressure your heart has to push against in the long run. By opening the highway lanes, the same amount of blood can move with less resistance. During this phase, your breathing changes too. You aren't gasping, but you're inhaling deeper and exhaling more fully. This rhythm acts like a massage for your nervous system. It nudges you toward a state we call rest and digest. This is the physiological reason why people say they walk to clear their head. You aren't just escaping your problems. You are literally changing the chemistry of your internal messaging. This is the zone cardiologists care about most. Repetition. This is where your body stops just reacting and starts rewiring. If you do this daily, your heart becomes more efficient. It learns to pump more blood with every single beat. Imagine an athlete who can do more work with less effort. That is what your heart is becoming. Over weeks of this, your resting heart rate begins to drop. Why? Because your system has become so economical that your heart doesn't need to beat as often to keep you alive. It's like upgrading your home's insulation so the heater doesn't have to kick on every 5 minutes. You are saving the wear and tear on your most vital organ. Now, let's talk about a layer of this story that most people completely miss: the post-meal walk. Think about what happens after you eat. Your blood sugar rises. Your body becomes a metabolic construction site. For many, this is a moment of internal stress. But research has shown that a simple 10-minute walk after a meal acts like a warehouse staff showing up to clear the loading dock. Without movement, the delivery trucks of glucose and fats pile up in your bloodstream. This creates spikes that, over years, can stiffen your arteries. But when you walk after a meal, your muscles soak up that sugar like a sponge. You are protecting your vessel walls from the abrasion of high sugar. You're softening the edges of life. And let's address the elephant in the room: the 10,000-step myth. For decades, we've been told 10,000 is the magic number. But recent data from the Journal of the American College of Cardiology has brought us a much more encouraging truth. The biggest drop in risk, the most dramatic improvement in heart health, happens when you go from 2,000 steps to 7,000 steps. If you've been treating 10,000 like a pass/fail test, you can breathe now. Your heart doesn't grade you on a curve. It doesn't care about the ego of the number. It cares about the consistency of the signal. Even if you can only hit your targets 1 or 2 days a week, the science says you are still significantly reducing your risk compared to doing nothing. Your body is grateful for whatever you can give it. As we bring this journey to a close, I want you to reconsider your relationship with your body. For too long, we've been taught to view our health through the lens of punishment. We exercise because we ate something bad. We work out because we hate how we look. But what if we shifted that? What if walking wasn't a chore, but a conversation? Every time you step outside, you're telling your heart, "I'm looking out for you." Every time you choose the stairs, you're telling your blood vessels, "Stay flexible, stay ready." The biggest shift you will experience isn't a number on chart. It's the feeling of confidence. It's the moment you realize you can climb a flight of stairs without feeling winded. It's the moment you realize your pulse calms down faster after a stressful meeting. Your body is no longer interpreting small efforts as emergencies. That isn't just motivation. That is physiology. We live in a world that wants everything to be fast. We want the hack, the pill, the 3-minute miracle. But the heart operates on a different clock. It operates on the clock of the slow burn. It values the quiet, repeatable tool of walking over the loud, unsustainable burst of crash diet. So, what surprised you most today? Was it the idea that benefits start at just 2,500 steps? Was it the secret power of the post-meal walk? Or was it the fact that your vessels are actually a smart, highway system that responds to the brush of your blood? Whatever it was, I want you to take that information and turn it into action. Not a marathon action, just a around-the-block action. Your heart is not waiting to fail. It is waiting for you to lead. It has been loyal to you since before you took your first breath, beating relentlessly, never asking for a day off. Maybe it's time to return the favor, not with intensity, but with practice, not with fear, but with movement. Your body is not your enemy. It is your most loyal ally. And it's ready when you are. One foot, then the other. The upgrade has already begun.